الناس اللي قالوا عليا وقالوا هذوك اللي قالوا هذوك اللي حاولوا والله انك صراحه صورني واللي قالوا انا هذوك الناس اللي قالوا عليا وقالوا واش جاي غير اللايف ستايل غير الذنوب غير الشرف هاد الزمان يسلك لي تايم في طريق الرجل احنا ما كدوش كيف رايد لي دايم راهو بسطر باين 16 حبه فوق البيت يركع عليه خاين اول تايم حنايا المعولين غير اسمك ويدنا بعد نشوفها الدنيا دورك صحبه معروفه وانا بلا بالي دور ايركاد وانا كاس اودي نضرب على فريك شغل دار كوكا حصله ماجيك مواليك صوفا جيت شويه لي المرقاني وليد ناس هلي نروح في عالم حاسي كافسي انا زمان اختارني بوش كاسي انا زيت لي في نيك راس كورا وطار لي في نطيح اجول بسيط في سنه نسحلا صورو على دي جوانا ولي ايزي خطبه ولي زيد لي في ماشي الخسوف نغير الظروف نبدل الصفه ونهدم شيطاني نصحى مخطوف مالي اللي كيشوف لاكانو معروف من علم التالي كاكل بلوطوف سلح الصفوف هكا بالروسكوب وازن الديكور ديشيفري لي كود سلعت البابور ديري كومبل كونطون خوك في كونفونت بزون دونك مظل تحسب بامي كونطاني في موندو راس مالي ولاد لي دايرين لي شي بي سي كونطون كونسومي بودرا وكانابيس غابناش لي فاتي ما كنت كيف شكلها مغلطة بيها مونطان طانس طلع بدرا غبرة وكانابيس كونطاني في موندو راس مالي ولاد لي دايرين لي not the weed wanna join us now what we sorry join us just not what we تحت الضوء nationality سكنة في شوار never teach got we don't fight with me كان في كاري بهاي فيجن كي توري أسطوري كي مايك فايس زاري كي توري في الدايس وعكوني بدوني يلقوا في ميدايس دي بايس عايتي صاي وليت على بالي بتاي بلالي دي باي. So hello everyone, so welcome to the weekly mid-call week. So everyone, do you see my screen clearly and hear my voice? I want to see yes in the chat if you hear me clearly and see my screen. And we're gonna start directly. Okay. So everyone, I just want to be sure that everyone hear me and see my screen clearly. Okay. So welcome to the midweek call. So we're gonna start to break down some pairs and talk about some opportunities for the rest of the week and the next week. And then we're gonna talk about your questions and a few updates about my new strategy. Okay, so let's start with NZDCHF and then all the way to GBPUSD. So for NZDCHF, for the last 2 weeks, like you know, we tapped into demand, daily demand. It's on the 10-hour looks more clear. Yeah, so this demand took the liquidity before. Okay, so this strong demand. Okay, and price when tapped into this demand took the liquidity from this low here, from this low, and then show us some Wyckoff schematic accumulation, and then pushed away from this demand and then retrace all the way to this 4-hour demand and then push strongly to the upside, and then price retrace again to some nice area of demand that create. So we have here a breaker block on the 1-hour time frame. So this is our 1-hour breaker block. Okay, so price come nearly to it, tap into this fair value gap that it's close, very close to our breaker block, and then push strongly again to the upside, left behind this hidden demand with that wick here. So if you all notice that this wick here is the wick that responsible to take liquidity below this low here. If we notice that this low here made in London session, what that mean? Into that day,
So this day here, that day, we have here Asia session, London session, and the New York session. Into this day here, we have this low. So that means this is the low of that day, the previous day low here on that specific day. So those old days, they consider as a point of liquidity, okay? So now price come back all the way and took this old previous daily low and then pushed strongly to the upside and then generate more liquidity above this demand that took liquidity before. So on the, I don't remember exactly which time frame. Let me check. Yeah, on the 23-minute time frame, we come close to our point of interest and didn't tap into it, push it again strongly, and then come back all the way with this in this London session, took the liquidity below this previous day low. Do you see here? This is the previous day low. We took the liquidity and pushed strongly after that. And then we come again, retrace it again, all the way to this point of interest. A lot of people trying to take a long from this point of interest, and price start showing some strong momentum to the upside, but I don't want to take a long from here due to the bad timing. Okay. Yeah, I know, brother. We don't have a clear mitigation. We need to know that the clear mitigation is when price tapped into the point of interest, at least for the 15%. Okay, so if we said this is our zone, this is our zone. Let's imagine that this is our zone. Take the fib. So now here we have the 15% of the zone. The clearest mitigation will be at the 15% at least. So this is a clear mitigation. Okay. Sometimes you didn't get the clearest mitigation, but at this point, at this specific time frame, 23 minutes time frame, we have clear point of interest with some imbalance and the price didn't tap into it. We call this inducement. We induced the early buyers. Okay. Yeah, I know, the same. But Wanda, let's check another point of, let's check other, let's go to the FXCM, okay? 23. We got, you talk about this mitigation here. Everyone, do you talking about this week here? Let's draw this again, okay? And let's see. So you're all talking about this week here. This week here is it's just before the Asia session. So this week here, it's the spread hour. So in a lot of brokers, you will not see this week. This week here, you will not see it because it's like a fake move, or not fake move. How can I explain it? Anyway, check your MT4. You will not see this week here. It's caused by spread hour. So we will not consider it as a real wick. So you're talking about this mitigation here, okay? So this is not a proper mitigation. This considered as a point of liquidity because it's the low of the day tomorrow. So in the next day, yeah, anyway, on the 5 minutes you said. No, I don't consider this week as a mitigation. It's the spread hour. So this is happen every day, especially in NZD pairs, in New Zealand pairs. You're gonna see this happen every day, almost every day. Yeah, the same here. Look, the same here. So this we don't consider this as a real move, okay? Okay, so now tomorrow this will be the previous day low, okay? So let's come back to Wanda. This is the reason why I changed. I usually use FXCM, but I changed it to Wanda to avoid seeing this unreal moves. Okay, so on the 23-minute time frame, I will wait till price take this previous day low in London session tomorrow or in New York session. After taking this previous day low, price if give us some engulfing candle or a nice reaction like a change of character on the 1 minute, I will take the trade, and my target will be all the way to fill the imbalance that rests here. Okay, so this is my target, and we have here a clear liquidity also. Okay, so as a first target. Okay, and to continue the first move that we start 2 weeks ago. Okay, to continue to the upside. And if you saw here, we clearly generate liquidity here. Okay, so we have multiple previous day highs didn't take. Okay, this is taken out already today. We have this one will be tomorrow. We have this one here, and we have this one here. So we have multiple previous day highs didn't take. So market will target all those previous day highs. Okay, so this is my expectation for NZD-CHF. For AUD-NZD, AUD-NZD and AUD-CHF, they are similar. I usually don't trade those point of interest that looks very clear or very obvious, but what make me interested about this point of interest is this week here, we generate or we create the previous day low during New York session. So I expect price to come back here, give us Asia session at least here, and then price will took Asia session and took the previous day low. At the same time, tap into this point of interest and fly again to the upside, because we have strong move here and we have a swipe of liquidity during Asia session. Some of you will said we have Asia session here, so why you look for this point of interest as a valid point of interest? It's normal. So market don't need to take every time Asia session. And if we have a clear swipe of liquidity during Asia session, like this one here, we have here a swipe of liquidity during Asia session. So this will be an algo candle, so will be a strong candle. So this is my view on AUD and ZD. So I set an alert here and I will wait till London session. Maybe we're gonna see a nice move to the upside from this point of interest on the 2 hours time frame. I know we still have some imbalance below here, but I'm gonna wait to see some continuation to the upside. Okay, because we still have here some strong liquidity above, and we have here a couple of previous day highs didn't taken out. Okay, so for AUD-CHF, the same, it's similar. We talked about it before. I see the imbalance here. We have a lot of imbalance resting below here. So if this, so we have here the last leg. Do you see this leg here? So we have here the last leg that broke structure here. Okay, so now price retrace all the way. So this is the last point from this leg. So if we took the fib, so this is the most discounted point. At most of it's 100% discounted almost. So I expect price to give us some confirmation from this point, push all the way, taking this liquidity here, fill some imbalance here, and then maybe continue to the downside, or push all the way to this point of interest here, and then continue to the downside. So this is my expectation for AUD-CHF. So let's wait, and we're gonna see in London session what will happen. So for JPP-NZD, so like you see, we have a strong push from a couple of weeks ago, and price again took this high. So this is a strong liquidity pull. We took this one by a news event. So this is a news event. You all know that the news create just to take liquidity. So now I expect price to retrace to this point on the 17-minute. I want price to give us some source of liquidity here, like Asia session, and then tapped into this one or this one, and then dropped to the downside. So this is my expectation for GPP-NZD. The target, of course, will be all those lows can consider as a target. So we have here a huge imbalance to be filled. So This is my view on JPP NZD. We have JPP CHF. The same happen here. We have here a swipe liquidity above this high. Okay, so during the news of today, we missed the entry from this order block, but this order block it's a little bit will give us a little bit big stop loss. So now what I am looking for, I still have this point of interest. Sorry, I'm still looking for this point of interest. If price decide to come back all the way here, I set an alert just a little bit below it to notify me if price come close to my point of interest. So, and I have this one on the 5 minutes, not the 5 minutes, on the 10. Let me check which time frame. Yeah, on the 14-minute time frame. I want to see price go a little bit far from this point of interest and then try to retrace during London session. Then during New York session, maybe we can take a short as an order flow continuation to the downside. This is for JPP CHF. Shares Asia. Well, didn't get you, brother. Explain more. Okay. Check up a pair for me. Yeah, absolutely. Which pair? So let's continue our watch list and then we're gonna talk about your pair. Okay. JPP AUD. It's clearly, you all remember this trade we took together in the community. So now I will look for continuation from this point of interest. Okay, we have here some liquidity resting above our point of interest. So I will wait till price tap into this demand and then I will look for continuation. JPP CAD, we have this 3-hour point of interest, little bit small point of interest. This is why I will wait for confirmation here. If we miss this entry, I will look for another entry if price took this liquidity or tapping into this fair value gap. So for Euro CHF, like you know, I'm looking for short on Euro CHF because we are in extreme discounted point. Okay, so and we have here very nice liquidity resting below here. At least price will drop, took this liquidity. Maybe if price decide to continue to be bullish, will continue from this point of interest. This is the best or the perfect point of interest that price can continue from it. Okay, so now I expect price to take this liquidity and some liquidity here and then continue to the upside. But my recent supply, I will take a short from this supply. Like you know, we took a short here and then eventually unfortunately we took a stop loss. So today, let me show you what's happened today. We missed a lot of nice opportunities. Price tapped into this point of interest during London session, give us a nice change of character here, generate more liquidity, and then tapped into this 5-minute point of interest, and then drop again, give us a nice chance to take a re-entry from this point of interest. The same scenario that happened here repeat itself here, generate more liquidity, and then took the liquidity and then drop. So now I'm looking for this point of interest. Why? Because we have a swipe of liquidity above this high. Okay, we tapped into this tiny fair value gap, and then price drop. If price retrace, I will look for continuation from this point of interest, and my target will be this demand. Okay, so this is for Euro CHF. I have already my alert here. Okay, so now let's go to EuroCAD. So for EuroCAD, you all know we snipped an entry. I took a sniper entry from this point of interest. My point of interest was on the 41. Sorry for my members in the community, I didn't update. I thought I already updated, but forgot to send it to the Discord private mentorship. So this in the weekly call, I was waiting for this 13 minutes, but when I check again on and scrolling in multiple time frames, I noticed that this was a clearest one. This clear than the 13 minutes. 41 point of interest was perfect. We have here an inducement. generate liquidity, generate more liquidity. This is the previous day high, and then price generate more liquidity here. There in London and Asia, like you see here, a clear equal highs, and then price drop a little bit and then push strongly to swipe all this liquidity here and then tapped into this point of interest. If you notice that price, that point of interest swipe the liquidity before, because this is a previous day high in that specific day. Okay, and we have here this high here, it's a previous week high. Okay, because here we have the day 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the 5-day. So this is the previous week high. Let's use that indicator. Okay, like you see the previous week high. Okay, so why price didn't take the previous week high? Because we have here a previous swipe of liquidity, so this will be considered as an algo candle. Okay, now price coming all the way, took this liquidity below here and tap into this demand. So I expect price to go through this demand, will break this demand, because we still have here a huge imbalance, and we have here some nice supply, some nice higher time frame area of liquidity. So my target will be here. So here maybe you see a couple of trades. I will explain that in the new YouTube video. This is the new strategy. I still sit in the rule about this strategy. Okay, so now for EuroCAD. So for EuroCAD, I'm looking for this 2-minute point of interest to take a re-entry. Okay, I have this one and this one, but this one is a little bit close to the price now. So during Asia session, maybe this will be the high probability to play out. Okay, so I'm looking for this one to take a re-entry. We have Euro AUD. Let's talk. So about Euro AUD, I took this trade today. We have a swipe of liquidity from this high here. It's an all the previous day high. Like you see here, the high of the day created in during between London and the New York session, and the price took this liquidity and dropped. And I was looking for this 13-minute point of interest, take the trade, and then I set my stop loss to break even here, and then price took me at break even, and maybe we'll continue to the downside. So we're gonna see that tomorrow. So we are on CAD CHF. I still waiting for this high to be taken. So here, like you see, we generate a lot of liquidity below here. So all those lows are a pool of liquidity. No, I don't trade Asia session. Maybe sometimes I set a limit and go to sleep. So in London session, when I wake up, I just saw the trade if hit stop loss or laying out. So this is for Asia session. I don't trade it. AUD USD would be nice to hear your opinion. So we have AUD USD in the watch list. We're gonna talk about it, okay? So now for CAD CHF, I still waiting for a swipe of liquidity from this specific high. Then I will look for a change of character and then drop, nice drop to take all this liquidity here, take this inducement here, and we have some couple of liquidity resting below. Okay, and remember in the daily time frame CAD CHF, we still have a daily fair value gap here. If price fail to drop from this point after swipe of liquidity, probably will drop from this point of interest, or if those point of interest failed, I will absolutely look for a bullish move. Okay, so for AUD USD on the daily time frame, we have two fair value gaps. This is a new perspective. We have this fair value gap and we have this fair value gap. So now this is a swing low. Why? Because we have on the daily this week here and this week here. Sorry, let's change the tool. We have here this week, and this week. So we need to see something like this. Low on the first day, and then another low on the first and second day, and the lower low on the next day. Okay, so this will be our setup. We have this low and this low and this low. Those are a daily. Okay, on the daily time frame. Now I expect price to drop, take the liquidity below this swing low, tap into the daily fair value gap, okay, and then push all the way to fill the other file value gap, okay. So now this is for AUD/USD. So this is my point of interest. So I will set an alert at this point and wait till price top here. Then if price went up here, I will look for lower time frame confirmation, okay. So here, maybe on the 15 minutes, if price give us a change of character, I will take this change of character, I'll take a trade, and then my target will be this high here. Like you see, we have here Asia session, and we have here London session. A previous day high didn't take out, and the same happened here. Previous day didn't take out. So now we have here a huge imbalance to be filled. So this is for AUD USD. So just waiting for this daily fair value gap to be topped, and then we're gonna look for confirmation. I hope you understand me, who asked about AUD/USD. So this is my view. Charis, okay. Chris, okay. Yeah, Chris, okay. This is my view on AUD/USD. JPP/USD. So for JPP/USD on the daily, maybe a lot of you they don't know about this candle. On the daily, when you see a huge wick here and you see like a doji candle, it's kind of reversal sign. So here we have generate liquidity from those points. Those points here are liquidity. It's like kind of trend line. By this news event, we took liquidity above those highs, and then price will close the day a little bit here. So this is a nice reversal sign. So we have here fair value gap, tiny fair value gap on the daily time frame. Okay, this is my first view, my first notice. Okay, so now if we drop to the lower time frame, we have here a clear point of interest on the 14-minute time frame. So I will set my limit even in the Asia session. I will set my limit here. So if you notice here, we have here this high, this high, this high, this high, multiple daily highs didn't taken out. So by this week here, we took all the liquidity here and the trend line also. So now I'm looking for this point of interest to take a short. My first target will be this low, okay? Let's draw a line here. So this will be my first target. Our second target will be all the way to this point, taking this Asia low, okay? So this is my view on GU. So tomorrow we're gonna see what will happen, because here clearly we don't have any point of interest to take long, okay? A long position. Okay, so this is all my expectation for the pairs. So now let's see your questions. Thank you. So check AUD/JPY. For AUD/JPY, I'm looking for this point of interest. Take a long, maybe, and maybe to continue fill the imbalance here. I will not look for this point of interest because we have some liquidity resting above here and here. So the continuation will be better. So on the, let me check more time frames. Let's check other time frames. Okay. About AUD/JPY, we have very clear liquidity. So maybe price will drop, took the liquidity and continue, or drop into this point of interest, continue to the upside. So we have this one as a point of interest, this one here, and let me check this one here. Yeah, in the 16-minute time frame, we have this one here. So this is my point of interest, and even we still have some liquidity here. I still interest about this 2 point of interest. Okay, so maybe this breaker will be, because price now tapped into this breaker. Yeah, this interesting about AUD/JPY. So now let me talk about AUD/JPY price. There is two scenarios. price will completely shoot from this point to take the liquidity here. This is the first expectation, and then tap into extreme point of interest. Maybe this one here, because we have a swipe of liquidity. Maybe this will happen during a news event. Didn't check the calendar, so maybe this will happen during news event. Let me check the calendar for tomorrow. Yeah, we have a lot of news tomorrow. For the next week, yeah, we have also a couple of news next week, but maybe tomorrow in Euro news, maybe we're gonna see a shoot from this point, take the liquidity below here, and then fill this imbalance, and maybe continue to the upside because JPY pairs, they are bullish, okay? But I still interested if price retrace with slow momentum to this point of interest, maybe we can look for continuation to the upside. Euro USD. Now I don't look for any of major pairs like Euro USD and USD. Only USD CAD. USD CAD. I'm waiting for this daily demand to be topped and then look for long. For Euro USD, now I don't look for anything. It's similar to GBP USD. Always Euro USD and GBP USD are similar to each other. Maybe this point of interest will be nice for tomorrow to short, but I don't give any advice about shorting EU. So let's check the 10 minutes. Yeah, maybe this 10 minutes will be nice to take a short, at least to fill the imbalance here. Okay, so this is for AU. If AUDJPY type in Asia, it's still valid or not? Maybe and maybe not. It's still valid, but because price could react from this point of interest during Asia session for AUDJPY, because during Asia session could take this liquidity during Asia session, the same thing that happened before here. No, not this pair. I think AUDUSD. Yeah. Oh, the same here. During Asia session, price took liquidity and then completely fly to the upside. So this could happen during Asia session, tap into our point of interest, but I will not expect a huge move during Asia session. So price could tap, give us some reaction to the upside, and then accumulation in Frankfurt, and then strong push to the upside. So now, or maybe top during Asia session and retrace to the downside a little bit in New York midnight, trade below it, and then push strongly to the upside. Okay, so we're gonna create the low of the day during London session and then push to the upside. Okay, so this is for so let me draw it to be clear. So maybe during Asia session, price will top, push a little bit above. Now we have here London session, creating the low of the day and then push strongly to the upside. So this maybe will be the New York midnight. Okay, trade below it, create the low of the day, and then push strongly to the upside. You can see this is ICT model. You can watch it in YouTube. So maybe this will be happening tomorrow. So we're gonna wait and watch what will happen in AUDCHF. Okay, so now if anyone have more questions, please send it to the chat, or we're gonna close the call and see you all tomorrow, inshallah. Anyone? So if you don't have any questions, we're gonna close the call. See you all tomorrow. If I found any clear setup, we're gonna send it to the private Discord mentorship. About our mentorship, so we're gonna run another discount. I think I will send another discount. The silver bullet, brother, I still back testing silver bullet. So I will send it, or I will make a YouTube video about it. So just be patient. I want to backtest it in the real account. I want to leave the real experience with it. Okay. About our mentorship, we talked about multiple times. You can find all informations on our free Telegram channel. You can check the pinned messages. Okay, so let me show you our Discord. I will share my screen. Okay, so we have 4 minutes. This will be quick. Where is the Discord? Okay. So about our Discord, everyone. So this is our Discord. We have the announcement here where we share Zoom calls and YouTube. We have here our chart where I send my setups and my idea. Okay, so every week we have the weekly call. Okay, we explain everything, and then I send my charts for the weekly. Okay, here, and you're gonna see watch the recorded calls here. Okay, we have here the general chat, team setups. Okay, the prop firm chat, legendary trades here where we explain the trades with a high risk to reward. Here, when we learn from mistakes, the trade we miss, maybe the trade that hits stop loss. If anyone want to know why his stop loss hit, he can ask me here, and I will explain it in private call, or just with charts or messages. This is for learn from your mistakes, watch list discussion. So here, if someone want me to check a pair in the weekly watch list, okay, we have here some backtest where we do a backtest for new strategies. And here we have team suggestion. If someone didn't understand anything about the smart money concept or any new idea, he can ask me here, and we're gonna maybe make a call or private call one-to-one, or we're gonna discuss anything here. We have here a voice channel, and here education parts. You're gonna find all my my YouTube videos here. And here we're gonna talk about psychology. We have just one video about psychology, and PDF that I made that talk about signals, and why signals will destroy your psychology and your mindset, and why signals doesn't work for those who follow signals, or those who want to join just for signals. Okay, the call recorded, and this here my social media accounts and the broker I use, and some reviews here from our members. Okay, we don't have a lot of reviews anyway, so this is for the private Discord mentorship. So I don't generate any course, because you already know about the concept. So if you struggle about anything, we're gonna go straight to the point and try to fix it. So you all know about liquidity. So about education parts, you can find everything in my YouTube channel. So this is for the mentorship. Like I said, I will run another discount, inshallah, in the Eid Akbar. We have a big event for Muslims. So I will post everything in the free Telegram channel about the discount. This will be, I think, the last discount I will do. Then we're gonna close maybe for a little bit long period, and then we're gonna open again. So you all know the reasons why I just close and open. I don't want to make my Discord a huge, like, famous Discord mentorships, because this will distribute me, and members will not get all the benefit from the knowledge that I have, I want to give to my members. So this is all what we have for tonight. I hope you're gonna get a nice night. See you all tomorrow, inshallah. Have a good night.